It is the question I am asked the most often and the one I struggle the most to answer. And that is, what are your favorite Adrien Brody movies? These are the 16 I love the most, but the order is subject to change on any given day. At number 16, we have Predators. I try to pretend I'm some kind of cinephile, highbrow Adrien Brody fan, but really, I like the fun stuff too.
You're shooting at the wrong people, because otherwise we wouldn't be having this conversation.
At number 15, we have High School. Yes, seriously. It is a stoner comedy, and Adrien plays a supporting role.
You're blind off your gourd on really high caliber Mary Hoo-Hoo, bro.
At number 14, we have Harrison's Flowers. This is one of my very favorite characters of Adrien's. And as an added bonus, another actor I'm really fond of, David Strathairn, is also in this. He plays the titular Harrison.
Look, we better both pray that someday we find somebody that loves us the way she loves him.
Next up, we have The Brothers Bloom. This is a frequent rewatch, but way down here in the ranking.
So no, is what I'm saying. All right? I'm quits anyway. I'll be in Montenegro, drinking.
At number 12, we have Detachment. It's a really heavy movie. His performance, though, is absolutely wonderful.
The powers that be are hard at work, dumbing us to death.
I always say that he should have gotten another Oscar for this. If it had been a higher profile film, he probably would have, or at least a nomination. Next up is Restaurant, which a lot of you probably saw coming. I have mentioned it in several videos, yes.
Beyond great.
Beyond great.
And beyond.
Next up, we have The French Dispatch of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Sun. Adrien is in the first main part of the story called The Concrete Masterpiece. And it is indeed a masterpiece.
I don't get it.
Of course you don't.
Am I too old?
Of course you are.
There is a segment in the middle of the film that I'm not as fond of. The one with the student revolution just doesn't resonate with me as well as the others. The segment with Jeffrey Wright and Stephen Park, however, is fantastic. Next up is The Village. I always go to bat to defend this movie.
No cheating.
What a deeply scandalous thing to say. I insist you take that back. Is that the school bell?
Fresh from its appearance on my most rewatched movies list is Backtrack. It is a more recent film than some of these, but I have grown to love it just as much.
I wouldn't be bringing this up to you if I didn't think it was crazy myself.
Next is Hollywoodland. I really am attached to it. It's the second Adrien Brody film I ever saw, as I've mentioned before.
Since when do suicides miss twice, lay down a rug, and start over? Is that normal? I'm just asking.
And it's just a great performance of his, and the film itself is really interesting. So, Hollywoodland. Moving on to The Jacket. It is a very interesting film that can be interpreted in multiple ways, as I've mentioned before, and that keeps it interesting.
We haunt you.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. This one's cheating a little bit because Adrien's only in it for a 30-second voice cameo.
Me, yo, over here. Hey, I want to go with you too. I want to fight.
But I instantly fell in love with this film, and I return to it often, so it's gotta be here. We have Midnight in Paris, which, as I've mentioned in previous videos, kind of led me to starting this channel indirectly. So it's kind of an important one in my life. Yes, Adrien is only in this film for 3 minutes.
I see.
But he just steals it, and it's become an Adrien Brody movie to a lot of people, including me. At number 3, we have The Grand Budapest Hotel. This was my number 1 for quite some time, but I've recently shuffled my order a little bit.
Pretty picture.
And at number 2, we have The Pianist. I know that's surprising. That's number 1 on most lists you will find.
I've always loved your playing, Mr. Spielman.
Call me Wade, please.
No one plays Chopin like you.
I hope that's a compliment.
But as much as I adore this, I like my number 1 just a little bit more. I actually do have an honorable mention, which is See How They Run. I don't have it on physical media, so when I'm going through making these kind of lists, I tend to leave it out, but it's a great film. It's out on digital and it's streaming on a few platforms. See How They Run is a lot of fun.
I learned to box in the RAF.
Yeah? Well, I learned to fly a plane in Gleason's gym.
And at number 1 is the Darjeeling Limited, which I've already mentioned in some other videos is my favorite, so you're not surprised. This was the first Wes Anderson film I ever saw, and it was fairly early on in my Adrien viewing as well. So I have kind of a long history with it.
Do you have any questions?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
What happened to your face?
I think it's a wonderful film. So it is my favorite. Thank you for joining me as I finally nailed down the answer to what are your favorite Adrien Brody films? What are your favorite Adrien Brody films? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to put some videos I think you might like here on the screen. I have a goal of 120 subscribers by April 14th. If you would like to help with that, please do so. Thank you for watching. Take care.